Okay, sa video naman po na to, I'll be giving an illustrative problem talking about the cost volume profit analysis. No? So let us say I am an owner of a company and I am a manufacturer of high quality flashlights. So based on the information na binigay sa akin this year, ang mga cost schedules ko, ang aking variable cost, direct labor of 8 pesos, direct materials of 4, variable overhead of 3 pesos per unit with a total of 15 pesos. For my fixed cost, I have manufacturing fixed cost of 25,000, selling and administrative of 40,000 and 70,000 respectively for a total of 135,000. The selling price is set at 25 pesos and my expected sales for 2022 are 20,000 units with an equivalent of 500,000 pesos. And for the next year, 2023, my target is to sell 550,000 or to sell 22,000 units at a price of 550,000 pesos. So considering the cost schedule available, let us compute for the projected operating income for the year 2022. Okay, so in order to get that, or in order to solve for the projected operating income for the year 2022, I'll start it with identification of my expected sales. Siyempre, kapag ka-operating income yung pinag-uusapan natin, that's sales less expenses natin. Right? So, it's a combination of product and period cost yung ating ibabawas na expenses. But since CVP analysis tayo, yung ating classification ng cost ay variable at saka yung fixed. Okay? So, yung expected sales natin based on the given, that is 500. That is 500 pesos. And then we will deduct, babawas natin yung ating mga cost. Ano? So yung variable cost natin, how much is our variable cost? And that is, based on our problem, 15 pesos. Yung variable cost per unit, you multiply it by the projected or expected sales in units. So that's 15 pesos times 20,000, which will give you 300,000. Okay, and then when you deduct that, so it will give you a 200,000. So the 200,000 is the contribution margin. And then of course, ibabawas pa rin natin yung ating fixed cost. Ang fixed cost naman natin, based on the problem, that is 135,000. So, 200,000 minus 135,000, it will give us 65,000. And the 65,000 is the projected operating income for the year 2022. Okay, so that's the answer for letter A. How about if the question is the contribution margin per unit for the year 2022 also? So, contribution margin per unit, paano natin makukuha yun? So, syempre, kuhain lang natin yung ating selling price. Ibawas lang natin dyan yung ating variable cost. But since per unit ang ating tinitignan, per unit din ang ating information na dapat kuhanin. So, our selling price based on problem, it's 25. So, the selling price is 25. And based on our problem, our variable cost per unit is 15. So, minus 15. Which will give you a 10 peso contribution margin per unit. Okay? So, kapag naman po ang tanong ay ang ating break-even point in units. So, kapag yan po yung magiging tanong natin, break-even point in units, ibig sabihin, ilan yung pwede nating ibenta para tayo ang ating performance ay hindi tayo nalugi, hindi rin naman tayo kumita. No? So, pagka sinabing break-even point in units, lagi mong tatandaan na meron tayong formula dyan. Ang formula natin dyan, we will be getting our fixed cost and then divide it with the contribution margin per unit. So, base sa information na meron tayo, ang ating fixed cost, that's 135,000. So, 135,000 and our contribution margin per unit as computed kanina, 10 pesos, which will give us 13,500 units. Ibig pong sabihin, kapag nakabenta ka ng 13,500 units, hindi ka kumita, hindi ka rin nalugi. Okay? So, that is how you compute for the operating income, for the contribution margin, and for the break-even point.